Hey everyone, I'm VU22 101 and this is my first commentary. Today we're talking about Mysterious Mr. Enter. Mr. Enter is an animation critic on the internet, and at the time he was actually kinda decent. I got a kick out of his videos every so often, but now, ever since that Trolls video, he's been slipping. What do I mean by this? Well, his arguments have been getting more flimsy, his attitude has become obnoxious, and his fans are the fucking worst. It's gone so bad to the point where I think he currently might just be the worst critic on the internet. And I would have started doing videos on him sooner if not that the commentary community is already toppling all over this guy for me. However, Mr. Enter has done something so insulting and idiotic that made me think, it's time to tell this guy how stupid he really is. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Enter has crossed the line. Oh look, a new animated atrocity from Mr. Enter. Boy, I can't wait to see Mr. Enter rip apart Rocket Monkeys. I've been waiting months for this.
Let me explain something I want to make very clear. I do not like getting requests. I do not take requests.
Oh no.
It goes on a simple logic. When one or two people tell me to review this specific thing, it tends to not be good or bad enough for a review.
Please tell me he's not gonna do what I think he's gonna do.
I know it seems weird that I'm trying to tell people not to send me requests by caving into a request, but I figured that would be a good way to show the other reasons that I don't really like to heed to requests.
Brilliant. No, just absolutely brilliant. You know what, Mr. Enter? I get you. Yeah, I do. I totally understand where you're coming from. You don't want requests. You don't take requests. I get it. However, Mr. Enter, could you perhaps maybe not spin in the face of your fans? Seriously? No, seriously. Are you really this fucking dumb? I mean, wow. So what Mr. Enter is doing is saying he's not taking requests. And none does a request to show you how terribly wrong we go. And you know what? I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind one bit if not for the fact that this video was labeled as an animated atrocity. In an animated atrocity, you're supposed to tear into a specific episode of a show and explain what's wrong with it. It's supposed to be insightful and entertaining. However, here, it's not insightful or entertaining. And it's boring, and it's basically Mr. Enter implying that you wouldn't understand a normal video on why he doesn't take requests because you are too stupid. I'm Mr. Enter, and I have to pull off this pathetic propaganda in order for my thick skulled fans to understand. Obviously, I commented on why this review was terrible. In return, I got attacked by an idiotic, rabid, immature Enter bot. And he attacked me in other videos related to Enter too because he's a fucking stalker. So you know what, Mr. Enter? I do not blame you one bit thinking that your fans are idiots. Because most of them really are.
Want to know why it's taking me so long to get back into reviewing MLP episodes? It's because every day I get more people asking when it's going to come up, and each time it gets me closer to just going Chainsaw Massacre on any random episode, and I don't want to do that. Not even the bad episodes. It's not people's fault, it's—
Yes, it is! You literally just said that! Holy fuck, somebody replay that for me.
It's because every day I get more people asking when it's gonna come up, and each time it gets me closer to just going
My god, do you even know what words mean? Do you even words? It's basically Mr. Enter saying that if it wasn't for the fans constantly telling him to do season 5 of his shit girl show, then he'd have those videos out sooner. Like, holy fuck.
If you want to be shown why it's a bad thing for me to review something solely because I got a bunch of requests for it, watch my Girls Gone Mild review. While I stand by what I said in that review, the episode didn't give me anywhere near enough to talk about, but a bunch of people wanted me to review it, so I reviewed it.
Oh, so he has put this stuff into example before. And yet here he is. Doing it again? Guys, do you remember that thing that Mr. Enter used to say all the time? I think it went a bit like, what I'm doing is wrong, I know it's wrong, but I'm gonna do it anyway. This just further proves my point on how he could have made a separate video off of this. He could explain why he doesn't take requests and use that review as an example. It at least wouldn't imply that Mr. Enter doesn't think of his fans as idiots. Look at that. Yep, just another example of how biased Mr. Enter really is. By the way, do you know how long it takes until Mr. Enter actually gets his show? Take a guess. 3 fucking minutes. That is insane. And when he actually does get to the show, he spends another fucking minute talking about the company who made the show. And you know what else? When he actually does start reviewing the show, it's nothing. A large portion of it is once again addressing his request policy. Once again, I wouldn't mind this if this wasn't labeled as an animated atrocity. Want proof on what I just said? Okay, you get the point there.
Then we see the Rocket Monkeys destroying things, just like Fanboy and Chum Chum, and just like SpongeBob and Patrick in their bad episodes. Hell, just like the Breadwinners. These two are the heroes, by the way. You know, like I've explained in so many other reviews how the episode gets the bad guys and the good guys confused because they think it's funny in some fucked up sense of the word. If you're going to use Flash animation, you cannot get away with simple shapes. It looks cheap and lazy. Isn't that right, Pixel Pinky? Isn't that right, Johnny Test? Self-awareness that their comedy is horrible?
I know what'll make you feel better. SpongeBob!
Oh god, no! Wow, they're not even trying.
And neither are you, Enter. Come on, there are a billion other jokes you could have put there. In fact, there's lots you can say about Rocket Monkeys that you haven't said about other shows. You could have said how the monkeys being annoying actually makes sense because, well, they're monkeys. But you could have also said how it doesn't really play up to that monkey scenario as much as it should have.
Monkeys, the situation has become critical. I am overwhelmed with negative emails.
Oh my god, that is the worst thing that could ever happen to anyone.
And a callback to the Trolls video. Worst thing that could happen to anyone, huh? Thought that was cancer or something, not some hate mail that you can easily ignore.
I'm pretty sure I've seen this setup before. Oh yeah, the Fanboy and Chum Chum episode I reviewed specifically dealt with sickness.
Well, you could explain how it's different here than there, like how the banana stays sick unlike Fanboy and Chum Chum.
How did SpongeBob do this joke better in its first season, about 15 years before you did it in your first season?
Well, we're never gonna know, because he never explains it to us. Instead, he spends more time on more important stuff, like...
You see, I don't like to review something if I'm getting absolutely nothing new out of it.
That's a load of bullshit, Mr. Enter. You're getting a lot of new things out of this. You just choose not to make any new arguments for the show because you want to make a point, when in all actuality, it is possible for you to review the show. All you need to do is know that your video doesn't have to be 10 minutes long, throw more jokes in there, and pull all that request and tell tune bullshit off this review, and you've got yourself a decent review of Rocket Monkeys. You know what, guys? I want to show you something. This is Mr. Enter's journal entry on why he did this in the first place. Yes, we are going there. Let's begin, shall we? I had two choices when it came to Rocket Monkeys. One, I could avoid reviewing it entirely. Two, I could review it. Both were bad options. Both were very bad options. Wait, aren't those your options on all your reviews anyway? So you're saying it's always a bad option when it comes to reviewing things. Glad to know. Not reviewing Rocket Monkeys. Number one, let's start with the obvious. I would keep getting requests for it, and people keep wondering when I get to it. I could say that I wouldn't be taking requests, but if it wasn't done in an actual review, it wouldn't have had a strong enough effect. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Mr. Enter is implying that fans would be too stupid to understand on a regular video, so he has to pull this shit off in order for them to fully get it. No, Mr. Enter, we would have understood. In fact, if you made a separate video off it, it probably would have had a stronger effect than what you did, because it shows you trust your fans, and I wouldn't be making this commentary about how asinine you are right now. In fact, now I think about it, maybe we should keep sending Enter requests so we'll do this kind of shit again. That's how we'll get our reviews. Yeah! I've said many times that I don't want people giving me requests, especially here on DeviantArt. More like only here on DeviantArt. I've never heard you talk about it on YouTube. If it was either on MLP Review, which I don't watch those, or I just forgot about it. Also, you gotta remember that not everybody goes on DeviantArt, even if you told them to. Yes, I did ask for requests in my early reviews. That was back before I had 1,000 subscribers. Now I have 100 times as much, and it's too much trouble to keep that option open. Not really. You can simply look up what the specific show that person's requesting about and decide if it's interesting enough for a review on that forefront. Also, love how you're more humble since those many subscribers. Not to mention that there are a million other things I planned for myself. Yeah, Mr. Enter is not a multitasker. Reviewing Rocket Monkeys. Let me start with the obvious. I talked about literally every wrong with the episode that was given to me. I call bullshit. You only talk about the episode for like X minutes. Yep, and that would have been a whole review if I didn't talk about other stuff. Do you think anyone would care about how long a review is? They just want to see the fucking review. Also, another point I need to bring up here is that, Mr. Enter, you can simply just ignore the requests and do what you want to do. Then again, you can't do that with fucking trolls, so why bother? Is the review any good? I don't know. I can tell you this. The review is as good as it could be. Good as it could be, my ass. There are a billion other ways you could have made this review better. And I just explained a specific way a minute ago. At several points I was tempted to just use sound bites for my old reviews, which probably would have come across as a fuck you. No, that'd actually be kind of funny. Mr. Enter not understanding humor since 2013. Speaking of which, I mean, other reviewers might make up new jokes when reviewing old material, but comedy is not my focus and never been my attention. Well, at least you put it on a side or something to fill up the episode to at least 4 minutes. You can still be serious. Do I like talking about random tangents in a review? No, I don't. But you sure have a habit of doing so. And that's another thing. The more you're afraid you'll disappoint people, the less you're likely to try. You knew this, and yet you did it anyway. Oh no, wait, you didn't try in this review. All you did was imply that you think your fans are stupid, not coming up with any new arguments in order to show a new one, didn't realize that you could have made a separate video off request, and it probably would have had a stronger effect. You thought that was a good idea to complain about one of your policies in animated atrocity, when it's not, and overall, put another crowning achievement of your slowly but surely declining quality. You know, part of me thinks his fans are a bunch of idiots and he has to do this. I'm not an idiot, so allow me to do one thing before we go. Thanks for watching. If any fans of Enter are watching this, I hope you know that I actually did know what Mr. Enter was trying to do, and I hope you know that I thought it was a stupid decision. Having differing opinions does not mean not knowing of the subject matter. Expect another video off Enter soon. See ya.